Hello and welcome. I'm Harish, and in this channel, we talk about building anything without coding. I know it's been a while, but now we are back with a lot of new tools that let you build applications, automations, websites, landing pages, anything you want without essentially knowing how to code. A lot has happened in the AI landscape in the last 1.5 years, and there are really some fun tools that you should definitely try if you don't know how to code but have ideas that you want to build and quickly get market validation from. And in this channel, that is exactly what we do. And the tool I have for you today is called create.xyz, which lets you build apps, APIs, if you know how to code, all with just English. If you know how to write in English, you can build apps. That's what this tool is all about. So let's jump right into it and see how to build without coding. Right. So the first step is always to create an account. The tool, you can access the tool by going to create.xyz, or the link to this tool is in the description below. You can click on it, create an account and use. In this channel, like most other tools that I mentioned, this also has a very generous free plan that you can use to create applications. But remember, in the free plan, everything that you build is public, right? What you can do, build, right? Using create.xyz, you can iterate in natural language and see your application evolve and also go instantly live. Click publish, you get a custom domain, which is a subdomain of create.xyz, and you can share that with anybody who you want the app to be tested with. You can make it look good. You can convert everything to a component and reuse in multiple screens. You can add user management and a lot. But this demo is a simple application that we're going to build using weather.in API, which is here. Let me show you. It's called wtdr.in, which is the API that we're going to use for this demo. This API provides data, weather data of different cities, right? You can ask the city and it'll provide the data. Since this is generated with AI, we are not going to see what this API is, what the URL call is, and anything like that. We're going to provide the tool, the link to the API, and see what it builds. This is the page that you see once you create an account. It's an empty dashboard. If you need any help, click on the question mark icon at the bottom left corner, and it should load the documentation for you. The documentation has a lot of things in detail about everything that you can do using create.xyz. Like I said, we're going to build a simple weather application. Let's see how we can iterate and go from a simple feature to a very aesthetically pleasing design. So if you see, when we created a new project, it says new page. This is the canvas where you can see the demo and also see the AI live build the app for you. On the right, there are 3 tabs: prompt, design, and assets. Design is a paid section where you can customize the design of the app. You can upgrade and use it. Assets are, you can upload your custom images or a custom logo or specific images that you want the app to use. And prompt is where you add instructions. Type what you want as to how your app should appear. Like I said, we'll see iterative. We'll go step by step. We'll give prompt by prompt and see how it goes. But remember, you can add sections, a long description, big prompt of all the features that you want in detail about each feature, and click generate, and it will generate the app for you. So don't worry, you can also try that. Now, you can also add a screenshot right here. You can paste a screenshot and ask the AI to recreate it. That's also possible. But for this demo, we're going to use a simple quick prompt, it says build a beautiful weather application using the wtdr.in endpoint. Let's see what the app builds. Now, when I click generate, you will see on the left here that it shows that it is building, and you can also see the app getting built here. Now, once this building changes to up to date, it means it is finished building. But for now, it shows that it is done. Now it is asking us to enter the location. Let's go to demo so that we can demo this. I'm going to say New York and see what happens. When I click search, it should ideally load the weather data. Let's see. That's all. Weather data is here, right here. It pulled up the data in instant, right? And the app is ready. Now, if you click publish, you can actually publish this app on a custom domain, or if you have your own domain, you can always link it by upgrading your plan in the tool. But I'm going to call it weather. That's all. Now, if I click view live, you can see the app live. You can share this. This link will be available in the description if you want to test it out, depending on how this app turns out at the end, right? Now, like I said, this example and video is about iterating and building right? This is the UI that we see. Now I want it to be more aesthetic, all right? I'm going to say in the next prompt, I will ask the design to be a little more aesthetic and also allow the user to add up to 5 cities, right? I'm not an expert in writing prompts. I'm going to try and keep it as simple as possible, right? I'm saying make sure the design is aesthetic, simple and pleasing to the idea, and include detailed information for the user when they click on the widget for each city. Apart from showing just the weather, humidity, and wind speed, I'm asking it to show a lot more data, right? Let's see what happens when I click generate. Again, once you click generate, you'll see building, and it should become up to date for you to know that the generation is done. We're not going to look at the core component of this tool in this example. We will get into it in another video where I get into complex examples of building an extensive API without writing code. But this is just an example of how iteratively you could build applications just by writing in English. Right now the tool is done. We are ready. Let's see what the app is built for us. For this city, I'm going to say Delhi and say add city. Since we have updated the prompt to saying allow users to add up to 5 cities, it is allowing the user to add and remove cities. Now when I click it, it is showing more data, just like we wanted. Now I'm going to say Tokyo. It should add the city. Clear skies today. Weather works. I can remove New Delhi. Something went wrong, no problem, we'll fix it. But you get the idea, right? Ensure removing cities functionality works. I'm also going to say for each city, the user is adding. Let's ask AI to generate a background image for each card, right? If you notice, to be able to auto-generate an image, you can just use / and all the integrations that are currently available in the tool are available, which means you can use these directly in your app without having to worry about getting your API key or creating the integration by yourself for any of that jazz, right? These are all the integrations that are available. Don't worry, we'll get into all of these one by one in different videos. But for this example, we're going to use the DALL-E image generator from OpenAI, right? So just say / and type DALL-E. That's all. Now it is going to add the background image for each card when it is generated. And I'm also going to say make sure it looks aesthetic, right? Let's say generate again. And now hopefully the delete function should also work. We've asked the AI to kindly include that feature for us. Let's see what happens. Like you can see, again, the building is showing up on the top left corner, and it should finish any moment now. And we should have a demo act that we can try. It should allow us to add up to 5 cities, allow us to remove. Let's see, let's quickly add 2 cities. Adding now looks like it takes a little more time because we've asked it to generate the image. So I'm guessing it is generating the image simultaneously while adding the card. Yep. The card has been added. There is an image, beautiful image at the background. Clicking on it still shows all the data. Hopefully the removal works. Let's try. Fingers crossed. It worked. Amazing. Now let's add cities and see if the 5 cities max limit works. I've added Delhi. If you see, when you click add, it is taking some time to add the city. Let's try and add another prompt where we show a loading icon so that the user is aware that something is happening. So I added the prompt like you can see, and I'm going to say generate. Now it is going to go back to generating, and it says building now, and it should be up to date in just a few seconds. By now you should know it doesn't take much time. And while it is happening, I'll also show you a section where you can click on edit code and see the code. If you know how to code, you can see the code and modify this directly here, and it still works. You can also download the whole project in your local and customize it. I'm going to hide. Now it is ready. We are still in the demo. Now I'm going to say Tokyo. Let's add Tokyo. We've been using Tokyo quite a bit. Loading is showing up. Simple. As simple as that. Just plain English. I'm quite fascinated by this tool. Just with the speed at which we can do things and create things and launch things. That's all. Tokyo is added. Let's add New Delhi. And one last thing I want to try before ending this video to is to actually show 4 default cities so that it's not this slow, especially by the looks of it. Let's add 4 default cities and click generate. Right, so my prompt is by default at top 4 most popular cities when the app loads. I click generate, it should generate. It is generating, it is building. And also at the bottom, if you see there are different models available, and by default it is using the Anthropic's Cloud Sonnet 3.5 model. You can also customize and use any of the other models by upgrading your account. And by default, like I said, everything is public. And the best part about this tool that I didn't mention so far is the history. If you don't like any of the updated prompt results, you can always go back. You can click on this and go back to all the previous versions and restore that version, which is amazing, right? By default, it adds 4 cities, which is Sao Paulo, Putong, Tokyo, and New Delhi, right? Which is amazing. Now I can also delete this. If I click on this, there is this data. Now if I click publish, it should publish. And now when I click view live, this is my final application, and that is how simple it is to be able to build a simple application. I know the example is simple, but the opportunities are endless depending on your idea. You can go ahead and try building using create.xyz. The link to this tool again is in the description below. Consider subscribing to this channel if you like this video, and also drop a like, share it with your friends if you know somebody who wants to build stuff without coding. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.